G'day ice cream lovers, my name's Steve Christensen. Always a pleasure to host you down here at Scoop School for another 5 minutes or so of goodity goodness. I do want to thank our episode sponsor, which is Lloyd's of Pennsylvania. Father and son team, Barry, the older, wiser, good-looking one, food scientist, Andy, sales and marketing, professional swimmer, great dad. It's a team made in heaven. So if you want to have any questions about mix formulation, creating a base mix for you, Lloyd's of PA, the link is down below, right down here. Give it a click, Bob's your uncle. Now, we are going to answer the tough questions. We answer the tough questions here at Scoop School, questions that nobody else will answer. That's a slight exaggeration, but one of the questions that comes up a lot is, the humble pint, how long should I have it in my freezer out the front, my merchandising freezer? This is a pint of one of my favorite products of all time, a butter pecan. Check that out. Pecan-y goodness in there. So at what point does this lose a little bit of structure and a little bit of quality? How long should it be out in that display freezer? Now, the reason why a lot of people won't give you a definitive answer is because there's a lot of different things at play. First of all is that, did you make this, did you blast freeze it? If you did blast freeze it, you've got a little bit more longevity out of it. If you didn't blast freeze it, I would kind of back that off by about 3 to 5 days. Is your merchandiser in the sun? Do you have a lot of different flavors in there, or you've just got your kind of certain ones in there? A lot of different things. What's the temperature? Is it on a cyclic defrost? I'm going to go out on a limb today and say that if you've got a pint in a merchandising freezer that is generally, they are set at about -10 Fahrenheit, I would say that you've got a week and a half to 2 weeks before you will want to start rotating this out. Now, there are things that you can do to kind of keep it fresh longer. The first of which, again, in the pre-putting into the freezer is blast freezing it. Make sure that you're really locking in that structure, the ice crystal and the air structure in this. Secondly, if you've got a cyclic defrost on your merchandising freezer, shut it off. I would much rather, and this little fella would much rather have it a good consistent cold temperature in there, and then once or maybe even twice a week, depending on humidity in your store, defrost the whole thing and then start it up again. That kind of couple of degrees separation, ups and downs, differentials, will kind of destroy the quality and the structure of this ice cream. So make sure that it's set at least -10 or as low as it can go. You want to make sure that your cyclic defrost program is off. It doesn't matter that there's a little bit of frost on the side of the wall. I would much rather see a little bit of frost on the wall and have great quality product than have something that's beautiful and clean and get this home and have it very chewy and grainy. Another thing too is make sure that you are looking at the rotation and making sure that you can actually talk to customers about, hey, would you like a pint or a quart to take home? Have you tried our butter pecan pints? They're fantastic. There's a lot of different things that you can do pre-putting it in the fridge or freezer, what the freezer's set at, the ambient temperature in your store, and the humidity as well. We spoke about dehumidifiers before. I definitely think you should have a dehumidifier if humidity is a problem. And making sure that your cyclic defrost is off, then you'll get a good 1.5 to 2 weeks out of this pint with pretty well no degradation in flavor, in quality, in mouthfeel. Start throwing a couple of those other things in. You're not blast freezing, your cyclic defrost is on, people are in there all the time. I would narrow that down to a week. So do all the things right, you'll get 2 weeks out of this, and it will be just as good as it was when you put it in the freezer. That's all we have time for this week. I find that the really I find that the really simple questions and the good operational questions are the videos that people enjoy the most. So keep suggesting them, keep suggesting products, leave a comment down below. While you're down below here, why don't you just hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit like, hit everything. Well, don't hit everything, but hit all of those things that I had mentioned. We'd love to hear from you. We read all the comments. We try and respond to them all. Keep on scooping. See you in the next video.